Dear friends, welcome to the discussion on cover story in a magazine. I had spoken to you about the way Outlook magazine had survived in spite of the onslaught of 24-hour news channels and also of the established magazines. I would like to present before you another magazine, The Caravan. If you go into the history of Caravan magazine, it was launched in 1940 and it ceased to exist. It had a natural death in 1988. But this magazine was relaunched in 2010. And how did this magazine survive in spite of the other magazines like India Today, Outlook, The Week, The Frontline? The key person behind the success of this magazine is Vinod Jose. He hails from Kerala. How did the magazine present before the readers, the society, in its first issue? The first issue carried a story that was virginal, uncovered. Indian lobby in America. So, is there an Indian community in America exerting pressure in the policy making of the most powerful nation in the world? Everybody is keenly interested in knowing more about the Indian lobby in America, in the White House. And some of the issues covered by the magazine. The magazine is presented before the readers in India as the one and the only narrative journalism magazine in the country. It practices narrative journalism. And therefore, the cover stories of The Caravan are very lengthy. But the topics covered are always investigative. And that was the reason why the magazine had to fight against several power brokers in the country, several industrialists in the country, even against the government, against the political organizations, because magazine always went for exclusives and scoops. This magazine also went to the extent of exposing the moral disintegration of journalists. One of the cover stories was on the journalists, 195 journalists accepting freebies, free iPads from one of the leading business organizations in the country. from the SR group, along with government officials, bureaucrats, and political leaders. And a defamation case was filed against this magazine. So the magazine established itself through exclusive investigative content. And I told you that the length of the cover story in this magazine is also comparatively more than the cover stories of all the other rival magazines. How can 20 pages of a cover story be made readable, interesting to the readers? I would like to take you to the Week magazine. The cover story on the environmentalist, Dr. Madhav Gadgil. The cover story is a profile as an intellectual, as an activist. And everybody would like to know, how did he become so? And this question can be answered like an essay by a historian. But the cover story is crafted like a short story writer, like a novelist. How does this cover story begin? Though it has solid stuff, though the cover story carries statistics, it is entertaining to the readers, arresting the attention of the reader with a very captivating intro, a dramatic lead. It begins with epic poem of Kalidasa, Raghuvamsham, describing mountain as a comely young maiden. When he was 10 years old, when Madhav Gadgil was 10 years old, he read this epic poem and he was captured by this description of the mountain, comely, cute young woman. And he fell in love with nature. And the cover story is taking the reader forward. How about his family? Was his father an environmentalist? He was not. Readers would like to know. His father was a sociologist. His father was an economist, specialized in economics. When he was 12 years old, one of the close friends of his father, during a visit, asked Madhav Gadgil, "What are you planning to do in your life? What do you want to become?" He smiled and said, "I want to be a biologist. Not a sociologist, not an economist. Taking a different route." And he went for BSc biology. After BSc biology, he went for MSc zoology. Then how did he become an ecologist? He was the university topper. He completed MSc zoology, securing the first rank in Bombay University. What did he do after his post-graduation? Readers would like to know. He went for his PhD in Harvard University in US. And what was his specialization? His specialization was in ecology. And all these turning points are presented before the readers as anecdotes, dramatically. How did he get married to Sulojana? Sulojana is specialized in mathematics. She also completed PhD from Harvard University. So where did they meet for the first time? When Sulojana was doing her post-graduation mathematics in Mumbai University, along with Gadgil, the university magazine carried the photograph of Sulojana as the first rank holder for MSc mathematics. And that was a starting point of proposal for a relationship. And before going to the US for higher studies, both of them got married. After having done PhD in the US, why did they not stay on in US? There was job offer for both Dr. Madhav and also for Sulojana in Harvard University and also in Princeton University. There is also an anecdote connected with the decision to come back to India. Sulojana said, if you want to have children, we need to go back to India. If you continue in US, we will not have children. Profession will become our priority. And readers would like to know, what about the children? And what did they do after returning from America? What was the first job? Where did they work? And anecdotes are connected with these areas in the next part of the cover story. You have Gauri coming and sharing her experience of being a daughter. You have Siddharth talking about his own marriage. After returning to India, he was part of Indian Institute of Sciences in Bangalore. And the first major responsibility that Dr. Madhav had was to make a scientific study, to do a census on wild elephant population in India. And the journalist who covered this cover story, Sitara Paul, excellently integrated incidents, experiences connected with the turning points in the life of Madhav Gadgil in the cover story. Experience of going ahead, going into the forest, counting the number of elephants. He shared an experience of spending one full night on top of a tree, scared of the wild elephant because The wild elephant was at the bottom. Then he spoke about the experience of his special interest in bamboo, the concerns of the people engaged in basket weaving. The government of Karnataka had appointed him as a chairman to study the problems of the basket weavers. In connection with this, he was also a person who was able to present authoritatively on the problem of the over exploitation of bamboo by the forest, the trees, by the paper industry. So if you go into the cover story extended to 20 pages, each and every page will have the deployment, the right best placement of photographs, of infographics, of text that matches with the photograph. This cover story goes further into his attitude towards religion. Was he a firm believer in God? His father was an atheist. And Sitara Paul includes certain experiences that Madhav had when Madhav was 12 years old, along with one of his friends, had gone to a mountain top, totally exhausted, tired. They were thirsty, and they found a temple, and both of them requested the temple priest for water. The temple priest responded with this question: "Are you Brahmins?" When Madhav said they were not Brahmins, these two boys were denied water. This was a very painful experience of Madhav Gadgil when he was small, linked with religion. Connected with that, Sitara Paul goes with the description of the statue of Ganesha, the goddess Saraswati, and also Buddha placed in his room. The last part of the cover story speaks about the autobiography that he is planning to pen, to complete. And the topic, the title that he would like to give to the autobiography is In Love with Life. So if you go through the cover story of the magazine, all the items, the main feature, the sub features, everything is of interest to the readers, though it appears to be a very brainy piece. This is the challenge before a journalist, before particularly the editor, in getting the magazine established. As editor of Don Bosco magazine, the cover story is the key factor for the magazine's survival. How does this magazine survive? While almost all the magazines are focusing on three C's. One, controversies. Two, celebrities. And three, crimes. The priorities of the magazine that I man are different. It survives on PEE. P. One, purgation. Two, enlightenment. Three, empowerment. With the people depending on the mainstream newspapers, mainstream television news channels, and magazines. Because of overdose of negativism, negative energy, because of the mean world syndrome created in the minds of the people, there is a need for purification. People are affected extensively by pessimism. People are going through mental trauma. People are struggling because of disillusionment. There is a fear complex created in the minds of the people because of the negative dose of information through the news media. The magazine, Don Bosco magazine, takes the negativity out of the people. It enlightens them. It empowers them with cover stories which will serve as source of inspiration. And therefore, all the cover stories appearing in Don Bosco magazines carry experiences, anecdotes of role models, of unsung heroes, of up and comers, not covered by the mainstream media. This is what the magazine that I man does. So every magazine for its survival primarily depends on the right choice of cover story. A cover story marked by sellability, marked by solidity, marked by information array, marked by infotainability. Only when magazines are able to meet these requirements in a cutthroat competitive world, magazine can survive.